Hello, class ninth. Hope you all are concentrating in your studies. Now, children, in this video, I'm going to revise that chapter, that is your locomotion and movement. Movement and locomotion. Now, movement. What is movement? It is actually the change in position with respect to a definite point is called movement. And there are two types of movements: curvature movement and locomotory movements. When the movements takes place in body parts, these are what called curvature movement. But when the body as a whole moves from one place to other place, then they are called what? Locomotory movement. Now, movement in vertebrates are brought about by three main components of the body, that is your skeleton, muscles and joints. Now, what is skeleton? All the hard parts of the body that forms a supporting framework. Collectively, they constitute what? Skeleton. There are two main types of skeleton. One is your first exoskeleton and endoskeleton. Now, what is the difference between exoskeleton and endoskeleton? Exoskeleton present on the outer surface of the body, while endoskeleton is present inside the body. While exoskeleton always dead and endoskeleton is always living. Exoskeleton is ectodermal in origin, right? Except these scales of fishes, while endoskeleton is mesodermal in origin. And exoskeleton consists of your shells and sclerites, scales, feathers, claws, hair, nails, hoops, etc. While endoskeleton consists of your bones and cartilages. Next is what is the function of skeleton? Skeleton it gives a support to the body, it gives shape to the body, and it help in protection of internal vital organs which are enclosed by them, right? And next is your skeleton also help in movement. Okay, now the endoskeleton of a human is divided into two parts. First is called axial skeleton and appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, what are all the bones which are present along the median longitudinal axis of the body? They are collectively called axial skeleton. And there are 80 bones are present in axial skeleton. Out of these one, actually the 74 bones of upright axis from four structures, that is your skull, in the head, vertebral column, in the neck and trunk, sternum and ribs. Okay, now first skull. The skeleton of head is called skull, and skull is made up of about 28 irregularly shaped bones. And it consists of the main three parts. First is called cranium, face and ear ossicles. Cranium is also called brain box, because it protects the brain, and it is made up of 8 bones that forms a immovable joints, and what they are called sutures. On the back part of cranium is present a large hole, and what it is called foramen magnum. Through this hole, the spinal cord, it continues from the brain into the vertebral canal of the backbone. So what is the function of foramen magnum? It is a hole, but actually it is a large hole on the back part of the cranium, and through which the spinal cord continues from brain into the vertebral canal of the backbone. Then the face contains 14 bones, and ear ossicle are the 6 in number, and they are very small bones, and they are present inside the ear, right? Now next is your vertebral column. Actually, vertebral column, what is the function of vertebral column? It protects the spinal cord, and it consists of total how many bones? Total are there 33 bones are present in vertebral column, or we can say vertebral column is consists of 33 vertebrae. Vertebral column of human is formed by the 33 ring-like bones, and what they are called vertebrae. And it encloses a continuous cavity, what it is called vertebral or neural canal, that houses or that protect the spinal cord. Now the 33 vertebrae are divided into 5 groups. First is called cervical, which is present in the neck portion, and it contains 7 vertebrae. Thoracic portion, that is present in your thorax region and consists of how many bones? How many vertebrae? 12 vertebrae. Lumbar region, it is present in your abdomen and consists of 5 vertebrae. Sacral, present in your pelvis part, and it contains 5 fused vertebrae. And coccygeal is a lower pelvis and it contains 4 fused vertebrae, right? So total there are 33 vertebrae are there. All 5 sacral vertebrae are fused to form a single bone, that is called what? Sacrum. And all the coccygeal vertebrae, they are fused to form a single bone, that is called coccyx. Now what is atlas? Actually the first cervical vertebrae is called atlas, right? And the second cervical vertebrae is known as axis, and the remaining 5 are called typical cervical vertebrae. While thoracic vertebrae, there are 12 pair in numbers and are present in the thoracic region. Next is the lumbar vertebrae. They are very large and strong vertebrae with large body. And sacral vertebrae, they are 5 in number and they fuse to form a strong sacrum in adults. Next is your coccygeal vertebrae. They are 4 or 5 in number but fused in adult and form a coccyx. Right. Next is a sternum. The middle part of the front chest wall is supported by a somewhat dragger. Actually, sternum is a dragger-shaped bone which is present in the middle part of the front chest, and it is known as sternum. Next is your ribs. There are 12 pair of ribs are present along with the vertebral column and sternum. They form the bony cage of thorax and they protect what? Your heart and lungs. The first 7 pairs of ribs are directly attached to the sternum in front, and these ribs are called what? True ribs. And what are false ribs? The next 3 pairs of ribs which are attached with the sternal part of the 7th pair of ribs are called false ribs. And the last 2 pair of ribs are free in front and hence they are known as floating ribs. Now next is your appendicular skeleton. Appendicular skeleton consists of girdles and limb bones. And there are total 126 bones are present in the appendicular skeleton. Now first we will learn about the pectoral girdle. It is also called shoulder girdle. And pectoral girdle consists of 2 main bones, that is your clavicle and scapula. Clavicle is commonly called collarbone, and pectoral girdle is joined to the axial skeleton by articulation of clavicles with the sternum. Next is your what? Scapula. It is a large flat triangular bone placed in the posterior lateral part of the thorax, and it is attached to the vertebral column and ribs by muscles. A shallow cavity called glenoid cavity is present at the outer end of scapula, and the head of humerus, that is your upper arm, articulates with this cavity, and it forms what? Ball and socket joint here. Next is your pelvic girdle, or it is also called what? Hip girdle. And the pelvic girdle is actually bowl-like structure present in the sacral region of trunk. Actually, this pelvic girdle consists of 2 similar halves and to each other, and what it is known as, that is called innominate. And on the lateral side of each innominate is present a shallow depression, but it is called acetabulum. What it is called? Acetabulum. And the head of femur, that is your thigh bone, it articulates with this cavity. So what is the function of acetabulum? It articulate the head of femur, right? The pelvic girdle not only support the bones of legs but also protect and support the abdominal organs like your kidneys, reproductive organs. Now next is your bones of upper limb or arm. Each arm is supported by 30 bones. First is your what? 1 humerus. Second, 2 bones of radius and ulna. This is your humerus, then is your radius, and second is your ulna, right? Then there are 8 carpals are there. Then 5 metacarpals are there, right? And 14 phalanges are there, that your finger bones. And these total are how many phalanges? 14 phalanges. Next is your bones of lower limb. It also consists of 30 bones. First is your what? Femur. Just look at here. This is your femur or thigh bone. second is your tibia and fibula, 2 bones are there. Then is your how many 7 tarsals are there, and 5 metatarsals are there, and 14 phalanges are there. So total how many bones are in lower limb? That is your 30 bones are present in lower limb and 30 are present in upper limb.